we ready to begin?
Good morning!
My name is Misty.
Come on, Ike, it's time.
We would be honored if you would join us.
The greatest adventure of all time.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Come on, let's get in character.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Oh, come on!
Hello, Aquatic Misty.
Hello. Coastal Ike?
Aquatic. I was gonna go. Aquatic Ike was.
Aquatic Ike.
You could go. Moist Misty.
Ooh.
Nope.
I mean, that word doesn't bother me like most people. I just don't want it to be associated with my name.
Marine Misty.
Marine Misty. I like that.
But not like the Marines.
No.
But
like water.
Yeah, like a.
Like the Coast Guard.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Huh.
What?
It's National Coast Guard Day.
It is.
And we're acting surprised.
We are.
Where are our frickin' Emmys and Oscars, people?
This was the day that the Coast Guard was introduced.
It was.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously I know the like overall specter of like the Coast Guard, the Navy, the Marines, the Army, but I've never really like, where'd they come from? Why do we have them? And like, what's their thing? What's their deal? What's their deal, bro?
Yeah.
What's their deal, bro?
They are an official branch of the armed services.
They are.
But everybody just goes Army, Navy, Air Force,
Right.
Marines.
Coast Guard's important, especially
are.
to people like you who live beachside.
Oh, I love seeing the Coast Guard choppers.
And I think it's just super cool. Like, so I want to know more about it.
Did you know that the Coast Guard predates the Navy?
I did not know that.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, why did that
Tell me
just
more.
happen? I didn't even touch my computer and my email came up. That's weird. Sorry, folks. Technical
Because you're
difficulties.
very important. But nobody saw it because the screen's not on your
it's
computer.
Just dead air, which I'm a big fan of
I
dead
know
air.
you are. So when did the Coast Guard start?
Oh, let's see here. The U.S. Coast Guard is a branch of the United States Armed Forces and the only military organization within the Department of Homeland Security. The military status of the Coast Guard is a much talked about and debated topic. The fact is, the U.S. Coast Guard proudly serves the United States of America as an armed force at all times, during times of peace and times of war.
I didn't know that they were part of Homeland Security. I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, they protect our domestic interests.
That's what department of the government that they belong to.
Yeah, that's right.
Interesting. And that changed in when? 2003? That happened?
I don't know. Whenever they created the Department of Homeland Defense, which I think was shortly after 2001.
Homeland Security. So, yeah, you know what? It says it here. Since 2003, the Coast Guard has been operating as part of the Department of Homeland Security. Interesting.
Yeah. Predating the Navy and most other federal government organizations, the origin of the Coast Guard dates back to...
Easy for you to say.
Let me rewind that. Predating the Navy and most other federal government organizations, the origin of the Coast Guard's dates... I'm losing it.
You're really... Are you having a stroke?
It's a Wednesday episode.
You always do this on Wednesdays.
Yes.
It's like you stroke out.
Yeah. And we were wearing our weekly Hawaiian shirt week
We are.
from this Monday. It dates back to 1790.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, from our earliest days as the Revenue Marine and the Revenue Cutter Service to today, the United States Coast Guard, our service has always been semper paratus, always ready to serve our nation. I'm reading this on military.com, so this is always going to be written from a first-person kind of situation.
I think that this is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So, sink or swim. One of the things that a lot of people don't know about the Coast Guard is that becoming a rescue swimmer with the Coast Guard is super hard.
Yeah.
More than half the people that try out fail. More than half.
That makes sense.
That's a lot.
It's hard to swim.
I mean, that's like some Navy SEAL shit.
It is.
Seals in the water. Why did they not
SEAL,
just call them the Coast Guard SEAls?
SEAL
That's
stands
funnier.
for something.
I know.
I think.
Yeah. But yeah, to be one of the rescue swimmers it's actually, there's a school. You go to the Coast Guard Rescue Swimmer School in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, and you will be expected to excel in one of the most stressful environments in all of military training.
What was that movie with the kid from that 70s show and the dude that lives next to my photographer buddy. You were at his ranch, and they have a coast. It's
Ashton Kutcher?
Ashton Kutcher and horse guy ranch dude that you just stayed at last year. Kevin Costner. They have a Coast Guard movie about being a swimmer.
I have
Let me Google
never
it.
heard of that. I'm intrigued now.
Kutcher.
Huh. So you have to be able to function for 30 minutes in the heavy sea. Obviously, being comfortable in the water is an understatement. But you have to do an entire litany of challenging tasks while you're underwater.
Oh yeah.
And hold your breath and get tossed around in 10 to 20 foot waves. Wow, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Check this out.
The Guardian. I've never even heard of this movie.
Kevin Costner and Ashton Kutcher star in The Guardian.
The Guardian.
The powerful action-packed drama that takes you inside the never-before-seen world of the elite Coast Guard rescue swimmers.
Well, now I have to go home and watch that because I love Ashton Kutcher and I love Kevin Costner.
It's freaking fantastic.
That sounds great. And I would want it. I mean, I'm hoping that teaches you more about the Coast Guard.
Yeah. Speaking of which.
So Disney and the Coast Guard. This is great.
Okay.
So Walt Disney created a special logo for the Coast Guard's Corsair fleet during World War II, and it featured Donald Duck.
Oh.
Donald Duck was part of the logo for the Coast Guard during World War II.
Do you know how many lives the Coast Guard saves every year?
I don't. I want to know.
Annually, our members, being the Coast Guard, respond to approximately 20,000 search and rescue
cases
and save about 4,000 lives every year. Check this out.
Wow. Go Coast Guard.
Do you guess how many people are actively in the Coast Guard?
I don't know. That's one thing that I was going to ask you because I know you love the numbers stuff, so I figured you'd have that.
I love this number. But there's also, this says active duty, right?
Right.
But you can go into the reserves. So this doesn't have the reserve numbers.
And you can actually, when you retire, you can stay on the reserve list in case you need to be called up for duty.
And still get benefits and all that stuff. I would love to know how many people are in the reserves. And can you imagine just 1 weekend a month, you're just going to go be the Coast Guard?
Be on the Coast Guard?
Yeah, that'd be rad.
Yeah.
With approximately 40,500 active duty members.
What?
Sounds like a lot, but there's hundreds of thousands of people in the Army. There's half a million people in the Air Force.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
To put it in perspective, I know you like these
I do.
perspective things. It's only slightly larger than the NYPD. NYPD has 35,000.
Wow, that's cool.
When compared to other branches of the military, we may be small in numbers, but the Coast Guard faithfully stands the watch and protects the 95,000 miles of U.S. coastline and beyond.
That's what I was going to ask. That was my next question, is how much coastline is there, and what does that equal out to per mile per Coast Guard active member? How many miles are you protecting per member?
I mean, if it worked out like that, then everybody has about 2.5 miles to protect.
That's super cool to me. You're the actual lifeguard of that 2.5 miles of the coastline.
Yeah. But I mean, there's
the one.
The cutters have 100 guys on them.
Yeah.
So
that's so cool.
It's pretty rad.
I thought that this was pretty cool. Members of the Coast Guard have served in 17 wars and conflicts throughout U.S. history.
See, I thought that I just was learning a little something about that right here. I never thought they took them overseas.
I didn't either. That's why that surprised me. I thought it was really cool. I didn't think that. I thought they were just here to protect. I thought that. I guess in my brain, I was like, they're here to work all the time, but they would work probably in conjunction with mostly the Navy in times of war, protecting our coastlines from things, right?
I mean, I think their mission statement and the Navy's mission statement is different.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the
I would think out of all of the military branches, they would probably work the closest with the Navy.
Perhaps. I mean, they might have a shorthand because there's boats in the same area.
Boats and water and stuff.
The Navy's main purpose is actually aerial for the most part, because the Coast Guard, every aircraft carrier has a fleet of 10 to 20 other ships that surround it to support the aircraft carrier.
Right.
We can do the Navy another day.
We will.
We should.
Now we need to know these
Yeah.
things about each of them.
But to your point, in addition to protecting the coastlines of the United States, our members serve in Iraq, Afghanistan, Japan, the Netherlands, the Arctic, the Antarctic, Bahrain, and you'll even find us in Kansas, which is weird because that's a landlocked state.
It sure is, but I mean, there's water there.
Yeah.
So the first Coast Guard station ever was located in Cape May, New Jersey, and was founded in 1926.
That's where my mom's from.
What?
Yeah.
Well, was she around when they had this first one in 1926? No. No. And also, women in the Coast Guard.
Oh.
In 1941, the Coast Guard hired its first civilian women.
Okay.
1941. Go Coast Guard.
That's what's up.
You get them women in there working and stuff.
So they serve in multiple ways. So it's not just like driving around pulling people out that are drowning.
Right.
So the Coast Guard is an incredible multi-mission, military organization and federal law enforcement agency. Our missions include maritime security, drug interdiction.
Interdiction? What does that mean?
I think you're going to stop them drug runners from coming in. I think you're going to intervene with your...
Why did they just not say intervention?
I don't know.
Why interdiction?
I'm going to Google that in a second.
Me too.
Aid to navigation, search and rescue, preserving and protecting living marine resources, marine safety, defense, migrant interdiction. They're going to stop you from coming in illegally.
Yeah.
Marine environment protection and ice operations. So this is a quote from Admiral Robert J. Papp, Jr., 24th Commander of the U.S. Coast Guard. We protect those on the sea. We protect America from threats delivered by sea, and we protect the sea itself.
That's cool.
That is cool.
I kind of want to go be in the Coast Guard now.
I'll tell you what, they have the coolest uniforms of all 5 branches of the military.
By far.
Yeah.
By far.
Because that silly little dress they make you wear in the Navy ain't cutting it, bro.
No.
Yeah.
Interdiction.
Yeah.
Interdiction is the action of prohibiting or forbidding something, the action of intercepting and preventing the movement of a prohibited commodity or person. So it's intercepting.
I hope our show never gets interdictioned.
I hope not.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of info about the Coast Guard.
I got more.
Oh. Let's go.
More.
What do you got?
So you keep referring to the word cutter.
Yeah.
We didn't explain what a cutter is.
Oh, sorry. I just assumed everybody knew.
They don't.
I'm a
I didn't know what it
Coast Guard
meant,
nerd.
so I had to look it up.
Yeah.
The Coast Guard refers to a vessel as a cutter if it's over 65 feet long.
Right.
So anything shorter than that is not a cutter.
It's a boat.
It's a boat.
Well,
but if it's over 65 feet,
they
it's
have
a cutter.
And if it's over 100, it has another name. I don't know what that is. Cruiser,
The
I think.
big ass. That's what it's called.
Speaking of cutters,
It's called the big ass.
the Coast Guard fleet is one of the oldest maritime fleets in the world. Those cutters that you're talking about were between 47 and 54 years old.
What?
Oh, the person that was writing this is saying her husband served on 4 different cutters between the ages of 47 and 54 years old. The Coast Guard is working hard to modernize its fleet, but as we transition, the operational capabilities of our older assets is a direct reflection of the hardworking, talented members who maintain them.
I like that.
That's right, because sea salt will rust anything.
It
so
sure shit will.
maintaining that stuff ain't easy.
I have a sports fact for you.
Sports.
Sports.
Okay.
Sports and the Coast Guard.
Okay.
The Coast Guard had a championship hockey team.
What?
The years 1942 to 1944, they had a championship hockey team called the Cutters that played in the Eastern Amateur Hockey League, and it was considered to be one of the most competitive leagues of its time. And their team won for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so much fun.
Hockey, which is not what you would expect from the Coast Guard, since they're water people.
Well-
You would expect them to have a swimming team or a surfing team or something water. But I guess when water freezes, it becomes ice.
Yep.
And you have hockey. I
Well-
just blew my own mind.
Up north in the Antarctic,
Yes.
the Arctic and the Antarctic, they
Yeah, I
have
was like,
massive
where
ships
is
that
that?
break ice so that merchant ships can get
Right.
through.
Yeah.
And then if you watch the show Deadliest Catch,
Or if you go to Antarctica like I did on a boat
Humble brag.
and you break through the ice with your own boat.
Yeah.
What up?
So there's a lot of people stationed in super cold spots, and they have a lot of helicopters involved in the Coast Guard as well.
Right.
And that's where those
I think
diver guys come in from the movie. Those guys were stationed on helicopters, and they jump out of the
Stationed
helicopter.
on helicopters. What do you mean by stationed on?
So the rescue divers,
They can't live on a helicopter.
they don't, but they're assigned to a team that will only works in an aerial unit as opposed to being
gotcha.
stationed on a boat.
God, now I have to go home and watch that tonight.
Oh, yeah. Because they have to be able to
Gotcha.
jump out of that helicopter from like 50 or 75 feet with their fins on, and then they have to tread water.
crap.
It goes through the whole thing. It's not a spoiler.
I'm
but-
super excited about this.
I'm such a nerd on that. I like to watch that.
The Guardian.
Documentaries on that. Documentaries?
Documentaries.
It's Wednesday.
Oh,
We got to get out of here.
man. Well, I feel like I know so much more now.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to come and watch this movie too, which then I'll feel like I know everything.
Isn't it nuts how much you can learn in just 15 minutes?
It's weird, and I like it.
It is weird.
It's cool.
We're two of the biggest dummies in the world, and
We
now we're getting
are.
smarter and smarter because we look stuff up.
It's true.
And we read it to you
We
live on
know
the internet.
About Hawaiian shirts. We know about the Coast Guard. Tomorrow we're going to find out about Sturgis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, vroom, vroom.
Get on your bikes and ride.
Right.
All right, folks. Thanks for listening. Leave us a comment if you're in the Coast Guard. Thank you for your service.
Or if you're going to Sturgis,
or
leave
if
us
you're
a comment.
or if you're in the Coast Guard and going to Sturgis,
And wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
then you get the Mikey of the week
And hanging out with Martha Stewart or James Hetfield.
and eating a root beer float
A root beer float.
for Friday, Food Fridays.
Yep.
Okay. Since it's another day of the week,
We'll see you on another day of the week.
tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
Mignana.
Tomorrow, day of the week.
Say the H word.
Aloha.
Aloha.